is your deadline still standing for Vladimir Putin to agree to a ceasefire tomorrow, or is that fluid now?
It's going to be up to him.
And do you,
We're going to see what he has to say. It's going to be up to him. Very disappointed, yeah.
and do you have to meet with, does Putin have to meet with Zelensky in order and before you and Putin have to meet? Or are you
No.
Are you hoping
So you're
for-
willing to, that's actually important because President Putin said this morning he was pretty dismissive of this idea of meeting with President
Who was?
Zelensky. President Putin was.
I don't know. I didn't hear
For you
him.
to meet with him, he doesn't have to agree to meet with Zelensky. Is that what you're saying?
No, he doesn't. No.
Понимаете, ради бога, извините, что прерываю такую интеллектуальную экскурсию, но в свете последних новостей о вашей будущей встрече с Трампом, уточните, а кто был инициатором этого саммита?
Заинтересованность была проявлена с обеих сторон. Кто там какое слово сказал первым, это уже не имеет значения.
А можете уточнить, Юрий Шутовский, ваш помощник, сказал, что она будет на следующей неделе, скорее всего. А где? Хотя бы намекнуть место.
У нас много друзей, которые готовы нам помочь организовать мероприятия подобного рода. Вот один из друзей, президент Объединенных Арабских Эмиратов. Я думаю, что мы решим, но это было бы одним из подходящих, вполне подходящих мест.
А что с Зеленским? С ним встреча будет?
Я уже говорил неоднократно, что я ничего в целом не имею против, это возможно, но для этого должны быть созданы определенные условия. А вот для создания таких условий, к сожалению, пока далеко. Спасибо.
We'll see what happens over the next.
US President Donald Trump could meet his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, as soon as next week. That's according to a White House official Wednesday. This would be the first face-to-face meeting between a sitting US and Russian president since Russia launched its full-scale assault on Ukraine in 2022, the biggest attack on a European nation since the Second World War. Trump had reportedly told European leaders in a call Wednesday that he intended to meet with Putin, then follow up with a trilateral involving the Russian leader and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
We had some very good talks with President Putin today, and there's a very good chance that we could be ending the end of that road. That road was long and continues to be long, but there's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon.
US envoy Steve Witkoff held talks with Putin earlier on Wednesday. The Kremlin described them as useful and constructive. But Putin and Zelensky have not met since December 2019, and they make no secret of their contempt for each other. The diplomatic maneuvers come days before a deadline by Trump for Russia to agree to peace in Ukraine or face new sanctions. Zelensky said Wednesday Washington's strong-arm tactic seemed to be yielding results.
It appears that Russia is now more inclined to consider a ceasefire. The pressure on them is working. But the main thing is to make sure they don't deceive anyone in the details, neither us nor the United States.
Media outlets have reported the Kremlin might propose a halt on airstrikes by Russia and Ukraine. That would offer relief to both sides. But it falls short of the full and immediate ceasefire that Ukraine and the US have been seeking for months. Since the two sides resumed direct peace talks in May, Russia has carried out its heaviest air attacks of the war, killing dozens in Kyiv. Trump last week called the Russian attacks disgusting. Meanwhile, Russian sources close to the Kremlin recently told Reuters that Putin is unlikely to bow to Trump's sanctions ultimatum because he believes he is winning the war, and his military goals outweigh his desire to improve ties with the US.
Been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing.